What's going on, guys? It's Flux here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use block breaks. Okay, welcome. This is going to be a quick tutorial on how to do block breaks, as I said before. And just so you guys know, first of all, it's going to be a very quick tutorial, just very simple, as easy as possible. And also, do remember that this does work for Tycoon 1, 2, and 3, so if you have any of those, this should work just fine. Now, the first thing you should know is why you want to use these, and the most important reason is to prevent crashing, and that's because whenever the brakes fail, it's one of the ways that the ride can break down. The ride will ignore regular brakes and the brakes at the beginning of stations, you can see here. And the ride will just fly right through, and the car will crash into other cars and cause explosions. You don't want that. And the other reason is because you can actually add more cars by having more block sections. So this is important on big roller coasters, especially if you are planning to build a big one in your park. You're gonna want one of these. So anyway, let's get started here. Okay, so as you can see here, the second you put a block break in your ride, which is right here, it will automatically change the settings to continuous circuit block section mode. And what this means is basically you're now in block section mode. And you can see I have 3 block sections total. And the important thing is to remember there are 3 total types of block sections. The first one is the regular block section, which is right here. You can put it. It's one of the objects in the coaster editor. The second one is the station. It counts as a block section. You can actually in some cases make a loading and unloading station, and they'll count as 2 different block sections. And the last one is the top of the lift hill. So now if you do want to not have this as a block section, you can always remove the chains in the last, because the only part that actually makes it a block section is the curve at the top. Okay, so yes, like I said before, this will only become a block section if you actually put a block section in it. It won't become a block section mode until you do that. So don't worry about these causing problems. It won't do that unless you have one of these. So here we go. Let's get started here. Let me pause this real quick and let me let you know what's gonna happen here. So we have these 2 cards here, and the way to think about block sections is this. So we have the first block section here, the second one here, and the third one here. Now, each block section kind of marks off a territory or a section of a track. So this is the first section right here. It's marked from here to here. The second section goes from here to the next block section. And the third section goes from here to the inside of the station. So now we can see this car is occupying this section, and this car is occupying this section. That means this section is a section that's open right now. This section just from here to the top of the chain lift is open. So what's going to happen is when I unpause this, the car with the open section in front of it is going to move into that open section, letting this car move into that open section. And it's going to continue like that for the rest of the time. So let's unpause it here and I can show you. This car will continue up along the chain lift just like this. It reaches the top and waits for this one to get out of that section for it. That way it can move forward into the next section. And this one's going to have to wait until this one has left this block section. You'll see here. Usually it's a good idea to put brakes in front of block sections because they kind of stop abruptly, as you saw right there. But no big deal. I left it as it is. So now this one's going to wait till it leaves it. Once it leaves, this one can go ahead. And you can see a big thing with big roller coasters is just to have so many cars for just these little tiny stations like this. The nice thing is, whenever you have, say, a lot of sections, what you want to do is evenly space each section. So this is a section, this is a section, and this is a section. You're going to want to evenly space it. That way the cars don't have to wait in each section like they have to do in this one, because this is just a quick little lift hill versus this is a whole loop around the outside, so it's going to have to wait a little while until it leaves. But that's obviously the way block sections work. You're going to have to deal with making changes to your roller coasters to make them work like that. But overall, if you do follow these quick tips here, you can make your park not only better in terms of efficiency and getting people on and off the ride faster, but you can also have a much safer roller coaster. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.